As she often said, making a difference requires only your willingness to give to others. Her giving nature led her to create a role that recognized extreme generosity when nothing was expected in return, and she called it Go Give. She started a charitable foundation dedicated to eliminating cancers affecting women and ending domestic violence. Mary Kay Ash was always about more than makeup. She was determined to make the world a better place, one person at a time.
Oh my gosh, do you not love these things? I totally love these things when I get to hear from Mary Kay. Those are absolutely amazing. Thank you for being on here tonight. Okay, everybody, I'm sure we're going to put me on, let me see, speaker view. There we go. I'm wearing green because it's March. I'm not sure green's my color, but I'm wearing green for all of you tonight. So who's ready? Who's got notes? Oh, I forgot. Yemi's on here tonight. So let's make sure Yemi knows what everybody's doing. So Yemi, will you tell everybody what to do? So there we go.
Hola, bienvenidas a todas. Espero que estén muy bien esta noche. Vamos a tener una noche diferente con bastante entrenamiento. Si quieres escuchar el entrenamiento en español, necesito que presiones Spanish en el cuadradito en donde te salga de la computadora. Y por último, comentarte que estoy traduciendo, no puedo escribir en el chat, pero apenas pueda voy a contestar tus preguntas. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Yemi. We're so grateful that you are on here with us tonight. I don't know what I would do without you. And I just think, you know, sometimes I'm like, I sent her my notes for today and she was like, that's 4 pages. I'm like, it is 4 pages. So welcome everybody tonight. I hope everybody knows that tonight, because I try to get the word out, that this is a consultant event. And tonight we're going to give away 4 amazing Kate Spade items, including this really super cute Kate Spade wristlet that is branded for all of you tonight. So are you all ready for tonight? Okay, I hope you are. Let me pull up my notes here because it's super important for me that I do a correct job for all of you and have you on here this evening. So thank you for being on here tonight. I have loved my once a month training with each and every one of you, and I hope you've loved that too. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat section. So let's just talk about tonight. We're going to do some drawings, which are going to be great at the end. And then also too tonight, I just want to say thank you to the directors and consultants. Can you just do me a favor? Text your director and say thank you, because if it wasn't for her participating in this, you wouldn't be here. Because you may not know this, but like last month, it was about $3,700 in prizes and Kate Spade and eStarts. And it's expensive to run some of these programs. And because she chips in and does this, I just want to say thank you to all of our directors. So please thank your director. Just say, we love you, we adore you, all those things. So welcome everybody tonight. We are going to cover tonight. I hope you are ready, because I am ready for all of you. And I know we're going to break 400 tonight. So I just want to make sure everybody's on here tonight. And of course, at the end tonight, it will be put up on YouTube. So sorry if green's not my color, but I did it for you guys. I don't think green's my color. I don't know. I don't have much in green. But tonight we're going to cover 3 things. Are you ready? Goal setting, staying focused with distractions in your life, and racing to seminar. So are you ready for all of these? And I just want to say that I've so enjoyed my once a month training with you guys. How many of you have enjoyed these? I mean, I've really enjoyed being with just you guys, like getting down and saying, okay, here's what we need to do, kind of a thing. And I've loved that. So I hope you've loved it too. I hope you're learning some things from these classes and you're getting something from them. So tonight we're going to do about goal setting first, and then we're going to go through all the different things. So I hope you're ready. And I always say, you know, make sure that you are on my website or like on my YouTube, so you guys can put a subscription on there, and that way you can get a link to all of this too. Okay. I'm like watching that chat section. It's like exploding. So, okay, great. I'm glad you love these. Okay. So goal setting. Okay. So you ready? Do y'all have note paper? Do y'all have pens? Do you have paper? Let me see everybody's paper and pen. Come on. Show your stuff. Show your stuff, everybody. Show your stuff. You always have to have pen and paper. Don't be sitting like, I'm just going to listen. That's like cheating. Okay. You need to have pen and paper. Goal setting is a must in this business. So I want to ask you all a question. What is your goal in Mary Kay? And I want you to be specific. So how many of you remember last month when we talked about casual versus intentional? How many of you remember last month we talked about casual versus intentional? How many of you have been really working hard on not being casual, but being more intentional in what you do? So casual versus intentional is a few weeks ago, we talked about that. So I want to make sure that you are on top of that. Let me move some lights here. Sometimes lighting is scary. But I hope you've been working on that, like not being casual, especially this month. Oh my gosh, so we're going to talk about this month. So let's talk about what is not a goal. And this is a casual goal. What is not a goal is, here's when I ask you, what's your goal? And you say to me, well, I want a bunch of customers or a bunch of team members. That is casual, people, okay? So when your director says, what is your goal? Here's what your answer is. I want 25 new customers and 5 new team members in March. That is intentional. She was like, yay. So the casual goal is I want a bunch of, and that's not a number, okay? So it's a focus. It's a driven focus for you all to make sure that you have that deadline, that number, that amount. So that's super important for all of you to have those. So I just want you to know that it's usually also 2 goals are financial. So when you're like buying a house or saving, write down right now, what is the amount you would like to each have each month for your family? And I don't want this to be an easy, don't say 100. You cannot say 100. That's like an unwritten rule. Okay, what is the amount of money that you would like to have for your family? Okay. And I don't want it to be easy because when we don't stretch ourselves, so a goal needs to be stretched also too. And that's really important too. So think about a stretch amount, okay? Mary Kay, what I'm grateful for is Mary Kay gives us our goals often because we have these benchmarks for us to like, and cutoff dates to keep us focused. Like for instance, March 15th, who knows what March 15th is? Everybody should know, except you're new, you're like, I don't understand all these things. And that's okay if you don't, but March 15th is a Star Consultant cutoff. You guys are blowing up the chat tonight. I love this. I love watching the chat. Ooh, you guys are like crazy. So it is that Star Consultant cutoff. And that's what's so great is you have that Star Consultant cutoff. So Mary Kay gives us these benchmarks or these goals to focus on. So that's one of them. How about 600 by the 31st for your SOAR prize? That's another benchmark. Okay. So here's what I want to tell all of you. And it doesn't matter where you are in Mary Kay. You must chase the prize because it's not about the prize. There was sometimes when I thought to myself, why am I winning this prize? I don't even want this prize. It's not something I don't mean to say it like that, but it's like, not my favorite prize. There's been not my favorite prizes sometimes, but it's not about the prize. It's about the next mark that may be the place where you need to be. So just remember that, okay? Also, it might be also too something that you're working for right now is a class or being in a Red Jacket class by career conference or seminar. And let me just say, if you do not play the game of deadlines and prizes, if you listen to me, if you do not play the game of deadlines and prizes, you may not be completing the goals you have set for yourself because it's not about the prize. It's about the accomplishment that gets you to the next level. You know, I kind of learned that early on. When the Star Consultant prizes came out, I was like, I don't know. Some of them were like, whoa, I can't wait to get this. And some of them were like, I'm okay. No, it's never okay. It's about crossing that, okay? So I just want to say, set that goal, set that benchmark. And I'm grateful that Mary Kay gives us that benchmark of the 15-footer star and also for that. Now, if you're new, you might be like, this is so overwhelming to me. And if you're new, please make sure you contact your director so she can explain to you exactly what you need to do before that, okay? So let's talk about some things that are going to end soon. So like the DIQ rules, right now it's called All In with 8. And gang, if you were ever going to get into DIQ and debut as a brand new director in that beautiful pink suit, oh my gosh, right now is the time because it's All In with 8. 8, 8, 8. If you have 8 breathing team members, you can get into qualifications to be a director. July 1st, it's going to change. I heard it's going to change maybe to 15. 8 to 15. That's a huge jump, you guys. So you really want to make sure that you are working on the goals that you need. Yeah, All In with 8. Thank you, Debbie Jones. All In with 8. So those requirements are about ready to change. So you think about that as a goal right now. And I could just share with you, we're going to talk about this later tonight. But right now with $10, I mean, I've been in Mary Kay almost 42 years. When they said it was $10 to join Mary Kay, I'm like, what? 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 And when somebody says I have to think about it, I'm like, what? Did you want to just say, what? You have to think about it? I mean, I don't even know what to say. Okay, so I want you to think about every family member, every relative, everybody you've ever known. This is the time to get into 8, okay? So let me just share this also too. When your goal is big enough and when your goals are very important to you and to your family, the distractions will be minimal because you won't let them in. But if you have a small goal, or what I would call a whatever goal, like, oh, whatever, distractions will always take over you. So DIQ also, I love DIQ because it's a test. Now, if you don't know about director qualifications, it gives you a certain amount of production to complete and a certain amount of time. And it's sort of like if you don't hit it, you start over. So I love those parts because it puts you kind of in a squeeze where you have to perform. And I think sometimes we need that. How many of you like checkoffs or like a box where you could complete? How many of you like to have those completion things? I mean, for me, I do too. So yes, so DIQ is a test and you have to stay focused. And what I've loved about the DIQ process is there are have-tos. You have to get a certain amount of production and you have to get a certain amount of people, or you get to start over, okay? And I love those parts because I do feel like when we're in those places, we work differently. You know, when you're not in qualifications to be a director or something, I think you just kind of like, whatever happens, happens. But once you get in that zone, it's sort of like you do that, okay? So I have a question, and you all can relate to this. I don't know how many men we have on here tonight, but it's okay. We're all good. What if your husband came home from work and said, hey, I can grab an extra $1,500 this month in bonuses? And you were super excited for him, and he was excited. Then at the end of the month, you asked him, hey, when will we get that $1,500? I'm so excited for you. And he says, you know, I decided I didn't want to put the extra hours in to get it. What would you say to him? Think about that. So think through that, okay? What if you said to him, what happened? I didn't want to work the extra 6 or 7 hours to get that $1,500 for our family. Really? So let's set, yeah, I know. Some of you are like, okay, he's out on the doghouse. I would have hit him. Okay, this is like not good. So let's get your goals straight. So let's talk about the goals. March 15th is a STAR consultant cutoff. Now, if you're brand new and you're like, did I make it? I don't know. This is a program that Mary Kay started years ago, and she rewarded consultants for being consistent every single quarter for doing 600, 600, and 600 during a quarter. So it'd be 1,800. Now, some of you just came in and you might be brand new. You don't know how much you have in for your STAR. The STAR cutoffs are 4 quarters a year, and you can get prizes, or you can roll it over to family vacations and different things that you can do. So make sure you have that conversation with the director, because this Friday is the cutoff for your STAR. So that is super important that you guys all wrap your head around that this Friday is the STAR consultant cutoff. Okay, so make sure that you know, you have a conversation with the director. How much do I have in for this quarter? And if you're new, it's okay. If you've been around a while, it's really, you should know this. Okay, so STAR consultant cutoff is March 15th, this Friday. Then another goal that we have in Mary Kay is the SOAR prize. That means you need to get your $600 order in by March 31st. This is another goal. I'm really grateful for Mary Kay puts these benchmarks in our place because it gets us to get to the next level. And I'm here to tell you guys, if you do not play the game, you will not reach your goals. You need to learn to play the game, okay? Now look at, you guys are all posting in there. Okay, so you have the STAR consultant cutoff on March the 15th, March the 31st, you have your STAR price. I'm going to ask you right now, how many team members? How many of you have a goal for the month of March for team members? Okay, did you know that 6 new team members equals 12? That's halfway to the Diamond B. I won a beautiful Diamond B my very first year in Mary Kay, and Mary Kay actually personally gave it to me on stage. That is a very treasured Diamond B for me because it came from Mary Kay. You know, my father said, when I was winning this thing is, why do you want a diamond fly? And I said, well, first off, Dad, it's a bee. It's not a fly. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that he understood that it wasn't a fly. And I said, you know what, here's the thing is, because I'm chasing this goal, I will have 24 new team members. And it's not about the prize. It's about what I do to get the prize. So again, you guys, I want you to realize, you know, those 24 people, is amazing. Right now you can recruit 12, you can recruit 6, and the count is 12. But here's the thing about this. I would recruit 10. 10 people with $10 is 10 parties you're going to hold to make sure they're qualified by June. And out of the 10, you can qualify 6 to get the double credit. You know, it's sort of like if you recruit 6, you have to have all 6 come through by June. If you recruit 10, 4 can go away and you can still count the 6. Okay. So does that make sense? If not, talk to your director. But what I'm saying is don't put all your eggs 100% in your basket, all just those people. Okay. So the number of team members you want by the end of this month. And I could tell you, I have been in Mary Kay, and I'll be 42 years this year. I have never, ever seen a $10 option ever in my career. I mean, when I woke up on March 1st, I thought, what? Free website for an entire year and all your credit card processing for $10? Who does that? We did that. So your mother, your sister, your cousin, anybody who ever wanted to bring in Mary Kay, we should come in now. I don't think we will ever see the $10 option ever again. I remember when I was a top director, and even as a brand new national, they did once a year, they did a half price starter kit. And we were like, oh my gosh, it's half price. It's $50. Let's do it. And now you guys have a $10 option. And let me just say, when people tell you, I have to think about it, I'm like, wait, what? Starbucks is almost $10. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's a $10 option. Okay, the other part of goal setting, what is your order size this month? Based on double credit, what is your order size? That will be something that you want to talk to your director about. We're going to talk about the Princess Court and the Court of Sales afterwards tonight, but that's another goal you can do. And then lastly, I want to talk about this part here before we go on to the other 2 parts, okay? Career conference. I know there may be some people on here tonight who are still not registered for career conference. And I can just say this. I have never in my entire career of almost 42 years missed an event. It may be a drive. It might be a flight. I don't know what it is for you. I will be down in Long Beach, California. A lot of people will be in Allen. Some people will be in Bellevue. Everybody's all over the place. But I will tell you, you need to go. If there was ever an opportunity for you to see a bigger picture, you need to go. And I'm talking to every one of you who have not registered yet. You can walk in registration. You need to be there. You need to understand this. I thought to myself when all my friends were going to seminars, like, why do I need to go? And I thought, you know what? If I was ever really going to do something with this Mary Kay business, I need to go to seminar. I need to see the woman. I need to hear the company. I need to do all that stuff. So I'm going to encourage all of you right now who are not registered for career conference to do this. Go. You know, we spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go to college, to get a degree for something that we've never done before. This is the best education you can get. They do this once a year in 5 different cities in a location that's not too far from you. Once a year. This is the greatest training, education, motivation, inspiration that you will have. And can I just encourage you to go? And I know it starts on Friday, but aren't you sick that Friday? Don't you have a female-related surgery that day? Don't you have something going on that day? There's some reason when you can get out of this. You know, women are really good at crises. So I'm just going to say, I've never missed an event. I just want to encourage each and every one of you to be at career conference. Okay, that's my lecture. Thank you very much. Okay, so that is on goal setting, and we're going to kind of go back to that. Let's talk about my favorite topic tonight, which is called distractions. Oh my gosh. Most distractions are usually tied to demands of work or family issues. And also today, all the social media distractions that you allow. And I'm saying that because you allow them. You know, when I came into Mary Kay, came in BC, that was before cell phones, computers. I became a consultant, a red jacket, a sales director, and a national with no cell phones and no computers. So we didn't have the distractions. And there's a lot of distractions on you guys today. So, but you have to ask yourself, what are the social media distractions that you allow? So let's talk about them. Scrolling on Instagram, posting and checking all of your friends out on their Facebook, and the list goes on and on and on. And like I said before, when your goal is big enough, the distractions will not get in your way because you are not paying attention. So let me tell you about 1984. In 1984, I wanted to earn the Diamond B for Mary Kay. It would be my very first seminar as a sales director. And I was literally in the zone working. Now, we didn't have any social media, but I was literally in the zone working. I was holding parties. I was doing my job, you know, doing whatever I needed to do. And so we were all I was in the zone. Okay. I was earning my Diamond B, and I got to seminar because the previous year was a record breaking year. The next year I got to seminar. I'm like, where is everybody? Why aren't there more people on stage? What happened? And here's what some people said to me. They said, oh, Janice, we did not have the greatest year this year. And I'm like, what? I had no idea because I wasn't paying attention. I earned my Diamond B in what they call not such a great year because I wasn't paying attention to all the noise out there. I was working. So I just want to say, you guys, we can all get caught up. I mean, I could sit here right now and scroll through Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, does that make you money? No, it doesn't. So I just wanted to say, when we're talking about distractions, remember you have control over many of your distractions, and that we allow those distractions to help us, to hurt us, okay? So here's the other distraction. We work from home. So that encompasses many obstacles, and you must be diligent with your time. So I'm going to ask yourself, do you have a separate place to work? Like a place that is separate from your family situation? Do you have a separate place to work? If not, you need to create that. And I can say that being consistent is the most important thing that you need, especially for those spouses and kids, because men, I always get concerned because of who's on here tonight. Men do not like confusion. Did you know that? Men don't like to be confused. So if they come home and they say something like, is it a Mary Kay night tonight or is that tomorrow night? What is a Mary Kay night? That's confusion. So I can tell you, being consistent straight across the board for your family is super important, you guys. You cannot get confusion into your family, okay? Your meeting and certain events and the nights or times that you conduct your skincare classes are super important, that you need to make sure that your family knows when they are. So you need to, so when I started Mary Kay, I think I'm gonna go through this here in just a second. Let me look real quickly. Okay. Also set a goal with your kids for what hours you're working, or a goal poster, or parties versus facials. So let me go back here really quickly on my notes here. All right. So when, like for me, my meetings were on Tuesday, my training was on Thursday. So I was very diligent with my sales meetings. Does your significant other know what night you're virtually on your sales meeting or live sales meeting? Because we have both going on. Does he know that every Tuesday night you're on a sales meeting? So don't ask me what's for dinner. That's on you. Do you know what I'm saying? So being consistent with spouses are super important because they get very confused. Okay. So make sure that you are really on target with your spouse on that. Okay. When you're conducting your skincare classes. So Tuesdays was my meeting. Thursdays was my new consultant orientation. And I did Wednesday skincare classes. So it wasn't like, hey, what's going on tonight? When is this? The change of that, all the stuff. Men just don't deal with that. Okay. They like very rigid schedules. So I will tell you, it'll be really easy for you to keep track of those things. I mean, for your family when you have that. Okay. Now, when my kids were young, and it's really important to involve them in that, because when you're working from home, it's like, Mom, can you come here? Okay. And then you drop what you're doing and they're constantly yelling. My office, if you walked across from my office, there was one kid's bedroom here and one kid's bedroom there. And my office was on the other side, but it was on the other side of two kids' rooms. And the only reason my office was there because it was by the pool, so I could watch what all the kids were doing out there, so nobody drowned. Okay. So that's the real deal with that. But I had those kids' rooms that are right there. And so they're always there. So I worked with goal posters or facials. So here's what I did. I asked both of my kids, I got goal posters for each one of them. And these are for the moms. Okay. Everybody else can tune me out, but the moms right now. Okay. So for the moms or the grandmoms or whatever. I made a goal poster and I asked them to pick a toy that they really wanted. And sometimes it was like, I don't know, it was something totally expensive. It could be an iPhone something or whatever. And I said, every time Mom is in her office and she books a party with 3 or more, you're going to get $3 towards your goal poster. If I book a facial, you only get $1. Okay. So let me be in my office, and these are my office hours. I train my kids very early on. These are my office hours from 2 to 4 or 4 to 6 or 6 to 9 or whatever it was. I made sure that they know that. And as soon as I walked out the office, they learned right away. They said, Mom, did you book a party or is it a facial? And they were so mad at me when I booked facials because it was only $1 versus $3. Like, go back in there. Can't you go book a facial with that? Can't you book a party with that lady? Because I gave them more money for parties than I did facials. So I will just tell you, get your kids involved in this because it's super important for them to learn that too. So having those goal posters for them is really, really important for them also too. So get your kids involved in goal posters, okay? So what if you guys had a 9-to-5 job, okay? So those who work full-time with your kids, et cetera, your schedule will adjust all the time. So it's really important for you guys to keep consistency with your family. I was the kind of mom who always had all the kids at the house. And so I had the baseball team and all those things. So you have to be very diligent with your time when it comes to distractions. So what I really learned to do is get up early in the morning before they even got up. And I ran through some of the stuff that I could do other places. So I think what a lot of it is when it comes to distractions, which is what we're talking about right now, it's really scheduling what is best and for your business. I know sometimes consultants have said to me, well, I'm a this person, or I'm a that person, or I'm a whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Just because I'm a nighttime person or a daytime person has nothing to do with this. I need to work my business when it's the best for my business. And so if it's inconvenient for me, it might be inconvenient for me. Sorry, I'm turning off the bell and whistle here on my phone. If it's inconvenient for me, it's not about me. It's about what's best for my business right now. So let's talk about right now being consistent. Being consistent with your spouse or your kids is super important. As you know, for those of you who've been with me for now, oh my gosh, you guys, it's almost 4 years. We're going to round 4 years. Do you realize, wait, when's the 15th? In a few days. Oh my gosh, the pandemic hit 4 years ago this next week. Do you believe that? Wow, I was in Europe. I came back. Side note, sorry, I'll go back to where I was. Side note, I was in Europe. We just finished a 7-day beauty event in Amsterdam. We had 2,000 leads from my people there. And I came back on the 15th, and on the 17th, we shut down. We lost all 2,000 leads. What happened? But we jumped on virtually, and we've been on virtual ever since. Now, I have never left my post every Wednesday and Thursday for you and for my directors and for me. We have been consistent. So for those of you who've been with me for a long time, I want you to know that you can always count on me every Wednesday and Thursday. And if I'm not here, it's recorded. So we're all good. But that consistent part has really paid off because people want a schedule. We want that consistent situation. And even though you guys can't be there, you can utilize me to do all that stuff. So Wednesdays and Thursdays have always been consistent. And I can tell you for your families, that is really, really important for you and your families is to be consistent, okay? If every week everything changes, they're going to be crazy and you're going to be crazy too. So that's been a big payoff. The secret to your success, oh my gosh, the secret to your success is determined by what you do daily. So how many of you played the focus game for 1 hour? Okay, I have done that before. How many of you ever played? How many of you know the focus game? Okay, so here's what I've done. I do this all the time. Because how many of you are like in your zone and you need to take a break? So I don't know how, maybe it's because of my ADD. I don't know what it is. But for me, I take my, thank God for cell phones these days. I take my phone and I put the timer on and I do it for 30 minutes. And I'm like, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to do bookings. And I press the start button and it goes for 30 minutes. And I'm zoned in to 30 minutes. Okay. Then after that 30 minutes, I said 30 minutes and I'm going to go outside, water the trees, the branches, the weeds, the everything else I need. And I'm going to do 30 minutes of something else. And I play the focus game sometimes for an hour or for 30 minutes. And I do that because it breaks up my day. And I'm just going to say, try that tomorrow. Like set your timer and like, okay, 1 hour. What are you going to do for 1 hour? See, I've got mine already set. It's already set for 60 minutes. So for tomorrow I wake up and see it, mine's already set. And I will just do whatever I need to do for 1 hour. How many of you see, I don't know, maybe it's just my ADD, but I start something and then something happens and I scroll over here. How many of you are squirrel people? I scroll here, I scroll there. Somebody calls me out. I'm like, okay, can you come here? And we drop our stuff and we're running all over the place and we squirrel. And yeah, okay, so we're all squirrels. I love it. Okay, so everybody's a squirrel. So to unsquirrel yourself, is that a word? I don't know. Unsquirrel yourself, you want to just work in hour segments. When the timer goes off, you stop, you shift gears, and you do something else. That's what I love about that. Okay, so I want you guys to play the focus game for 1 hour. So tomorrow, 1 hour. Who are you texting and calling about the Mary Kay opportunity for tomorrow night's event? Okay, just focus, because literally, I don't know about you, but I'm in my office and this is what happens during the day. The pool guy comes and he knocks on the door. I'm like, that's annoying. Okay. I don't need time to talk to you about the pool right now. Go away. So, I mean, those kinds of distractions. And so it grabs us to stop what we're doing, take care of something else. And then we get frustrated because we don't finish what we're doing. And I get that. So those are those distractions. And when you play that focus game for 1 hour, you're like, this is what I'm doing for 1 hour. The world can blow up, but here's my zone. I'm in my zone, okay? And stay off of Facebook, by the way, TikTok, Instagram, all the stuff. Okay, so daily disciplines will take you to finishing your goals. Okay, so that's really important. So when it comes to distractions, you guys, and I know we all get up with distractions. How many of you have ever gotten up and had your whole day planned, and as soon as you woke up in the morning, stuff happened, and you're like, wait, what? So you have to sometimes pretend like you're in a 9 to 5 job where you clocked in, and no matter what happens, you're at someplace else. And I think sometimes because we work from home, I mean, it's so funny. When the pandemic came, people said to me, oh my gosh, I'm going to start working from home. What do I do? I'm like, I've been working from home for 42 years. Good Lord, people, it's not that hard. It's really not that difficult. You just have to stay very disciplined. So I just want to, and for those of you who've been on some of my training before, I always say this, and so don't laugh at me, but go to the dog store this next week, and go to the pet store, and get one of those dog collars that go around your neck. How many of you seen those plastic things that go around the dog's neck? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, everybody, yes, okay. So you put one on your neck, because here's what I do know: you can't look left or right, up or down. You can only look straight ahead. Stay away from the noise. There's a lot of noise out there. Okay, so go get a dog cone head, go down to get it fitted for yourself, and just sit on the phone. Okay, your family will think you're crazy, but hey, it is the situation. So that's really put on distractions. Okay, let's spend this last time talking about crossing the finish line, and talk about the attitude of winning. It is seminar around the corner, and let me ask you a question. If you had a child that was in a race, and the child was in a race and he fell down in the middle of the race, would you rather have him get up and finish in last place, or sit and cry? Ask yourself, would you rather have your child finish in last place and cross the finish line, or sit down where they are and cry? Yeah, of course he would. And so he falls down. So would you, all those things. But here's the thing at the end of the day, but we don't do it ourselves. We sit down and we cry. We have a pity party. And you guys need to cross this finish line. So I want to talk about seminar real quickly here. I'm going to spend some time on this, and then I'm going to regroup everybody, okay? You were given a gift this month. And for the directors, they're like, when is double credit? We've always had it. I never had it my whole career, you guys. So I'm always laughing when I have these things. But you were given a gift, and some of you may be new to this, so you do not even understand the gift that you have. So let's talk about double credit. Double credit means your order of 1,000 wholesale, which normally retails for 2,000, will now double to 4,000. So that $1,000 order will be 4,000 retail. Now, depending on where you are in your Mary Kay career, it could mean the Princess Court. It could mean recognition at seminar. It could be standing on stage at seminar. It could be a diamond ring, it could be a diamond B. So all of that, I wish I had this when I was a consultant, or even when I was a director. But you have this and an opportunity to get yourself on the Princess Court, or the Court of Sales, or the Court of Sharing, and especially the Court of Sharing right now, because you can add people for $10. Now let's think about this. Diana adds 10 people in this month. She doesn't know what she's going to do with them, but here's what I would do. If I added 10 people this month, I would hold a party for each one of those 10 people. Each one of those 10 people I would hold a party for. Why? Because I know that I can sell product, And at each one of those parties, I'm going to sell enough product to get her qualified. So she's a $600 qualified, and she's going to count as 2. I have between now and June to get her qualified. I'm bringing her in now for $10, but I have until June to get double credit on her. Do y'all understand that? If you just bring in 20 people this month at 10, you have between now and June to qualify them. And by qualifying them, you get $50 in cash for every new person. You get commissions, you get a diamond B. This is huge. But some of us who are brand new, like, haven't grasped onto this, and I get that. But if you've been in for a while and can grasp your head around that, and directors, I'm talking to you too, $10. And you guys, if they have to think about it, I really don't know what to say for $10. When somebody said to me the other day, I'll let you know when I have $10, I'm like, huh? And she probably drove through Starbucks that day. Okay, let's be clear. So $10, we don't need to think about it. Think about anybody who's in right now, all of you guys, a sister, a cousin, a mother, a relative, whoever you thought would be. You know, my sister Diane, I put her in Mary Kay because I needed my 3rd team member to go meet Mary Kay because I wanted to be a barely breathing comatose red jacket at seminar. That's what I did. But for $10, if you guys have until the end of June to get them seminar qualified to count for you, count for your double credit, do you know 6 new team members is 12 people? That's huge. I know some of you guys just wake up, have some coffee right now. You guys are literally, let's think through this. If you just bring in people with the $10, it would be 10 parties. If it was me, I would bring in 10 people and hold 10 parties, one with each one of them. Number one, here's what's going to happen. You're going to sell product because you know what you're doing. And even if she doesn't want to do anything with her Mary Kay, because she decided she was going to do that, out of those parties, you're going to find somebody in that group who could be potentially a great Mary Kay consultant. Let's say Susan comes in for $10, like, Janice, I'll just hold the party for you. I don't really care. Here's my 4 friends. And from those 4 friends, one person in there decides to do this Mary Kay business. And that one person could be your next person. I was recruited by a woman who drove me nuts for 1.5 years, and I only went to the Mary Kay meeting to shut her up. I'm her only recruit still to this day, and here I've been in Mary Kay almost 42 years later. You don't know at your next party that person won't be sitting there, okay? So you want to get them qualified with a decent order and get them moving. That with your $50 in your pocket, oh my gosh, you guys. If you think about 10 people seminar qualified between now and seminar is $500 in commissions to you. Cash plus commissions on that too. Okay. Plus you can get into DIQ. Remember, they're changing the rules July 1st. Okay. So it's time to put your head down and stay away from the distractions and all the noise and just work. I guarantee if you would just take every single day this month by March 31st, you would be in a different place. And I'm talking about holding parties, seeing the people, branding yourself. We've talked about that before, out holding samples, sending your links out, all of those. And I want to encourage you all also to go onto the Mary Kay In Touch website on your front page. There's a part there that says my agreement link. And I want you to take that link and put it in your text message. And everybody you see or meet, send them the link to sign up. I've found so many times recently, I've been out with consultants. They're like, oh, I don't have the link with me. I'll wait till I get home. And then the person changes their mind. Put the link on your phone so that you can sign people up. You know, they say dreams are free, but the journey isn't. Okay. So dreams are free, but the journey isn't. Let's recap of everything we know tonight for all of you. And I know I like speed dial, but you remember this is being recorded. So you can go onto my, you can go onto my YouTube channel and get all this stuff. So let's talk about this, what we talked about. First off, goal setting. Do you have a goal? And I'm not talking about a casual goal. I'm talking about an intentional goal. And the intentional goal is I want $1,000 in income every single month for my family. That's an intentional goal. What a non-intentional goal is, I just want to make a lot of money. That is not intentional. Okay. So you guys have got to be intentional. Okay. Who sent a new team member last night? Good for you, Mimi. I'm almost at a gold medal. I'm working on it this month. I'm going back to talking to everybody who was in Mary Kay before. It's amazing. $10. Oh my gosh, so crazy. So that's not intentional. You want to be an intentional person. Okay. So that's really super important. So number one, I want you to do tonight is figure out what you want to do is what is your March goal? So I want you to know what is your March goal. And I want you guys to really connect with your sales director. I can tell you, my new directors and my key people, we talk every day, not once a year, once a month, once a week. We talk every day because it's pulling that everybody together, which is super important. So what is your March goal? Is your March goal to finish your STAR by the 15th? Some of you are like, how much do I have left to go? Ask your director. Doing your SOAR by March 31st, having 8, even if they're 8 breathing comatose and getting into DIQ. What is your March goal? What is the goal you're trying to finish this month? Because it's a great opportunity. So when it comes to goal setting, what is your March goal and what is your seminar goal? And you guys, let me just say something. When people say to me, I don't know if I can go to seminar because it's expensive, please, you guys, put the money away, do whatever you need to do. Don't miss the opportunities. You know, I often wonder, we spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go to universities and colleges to get all these degrees, to have all this school debt that we have out there and we never use those. Okay. I went to college for 4, 5, 6 years. Okay. After I graduated, I went back again, but we have all these degrees and we have all these student loans that we're not even using. And here we're talking about seminar. It's in Dallas. It's in July or August. It's not a surprise. I want you, when you get off the phone tonight, ask your director. Tell her, here's my March goal. What day do I need to be at seminar this year? What's our dates? And thank you very much. I love you. Okay. Those are the 3 things you need to tell her. Okay. And thank you for helping her be on here. Okay. So what's your March goal? And then what's your year-end goal? By the end of seminar, what is it that you want from your Mary Kay business? Where do you want to be at the end of seminar? Because all of those things are super important. You know, throughout my career in Mary Kay, and by the way, Yemi, I don't even know how you kept track of me tonight. Lord have mercy. Can we just give it up for Yemi in Spanish? I mean, really, she has been literally amazing. She's a gift. She really has been such a gift. We love her. And even though if you're not Latina, we need to clap for you. Next weekend is career conference. And I just want each and every one of you to know that you can accomplish any goal that you want, but you've got to be connected to the hip of your sales director. You have to be connected to her. If you're not corresponding with her and you're not connected with her, it's not going to help you. And I have seen people this last year, just in my own unit, go from 0 to 60 just within 60 days. I have a great group right now, Jill and Liz, who are in DIQ and working together. I just signed a GLDP to go to Mexico now, and I'm now working in the country of Mexico. Super excited about that. I mean, but there's so many great opportunities in Mary Kay, but you really have it in the palm of your hands. So if you're confused on maybe what your goal should be or what you want to do, I want you to explore that with your director. Number 1 is just take the small steps that Mary Kay is giving you. The STAR consultant goal and the month-end goal. And then look at, where do you want to be at the end of June? Do you want to be at seminar, of course, as a future director, as a DIQ? Would you like to debut on stage as a brand new sales director? And let her map that out for you. Yeah, every goal is scary. That's just what it is. But you know what? If they're not throw-up goals or scary goals, you're probably not going to complete them because they're easy. And we allow the distractions. I do want to take a minute about the distractions because we all have them, and I have them too. But I've learned really, really well to just stay in my zone. There are a lot of distractions going on right now, like a lot. And I'm just trying to stay away from them because they're not making me income and they're not helping my family's future. And that's what they are. They're just distractions. So, and I know we all have health situations and family and things like that, but you guys, be diligent to put those in a box and to make sure that you're working on those. I can tell you, I've lost 5 family members during my time in Mary Kay, and each one of them have come in at what we call a non-convenient time in Mary Kay. A week before seminar, my sister passed away. My father passed away of a heart attack the month that I went into qualifications as a national. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I have been everywhere most of you people have been. I've had kids in hospitals. I have done it all. But because you stay focused and you're diligent with that, that really helps you. But remember, your director is a sounding board for you. She is there to help you get through that. Okay. So she is there for you. You need to share your goal with your director. She can't help you if you don't share her goal. And one of the things that directors don't like the most is like find the consultant or chase the consultant. So let me just say, if your director texts you or calls you, would you please just text her or call her back? You make her crazy, and we don't need crazy directors because of that. Okay. So I'm just going to say that. All right. So I hope tonight has helped you a little bit. We've talked about goals, distractions, and seminar. You guys are given such a wonderful gift this month with double credit. I hope that you will really make this a big deal and start visualizing yourself on the seminar stage. What color will your gown be? What will it look like for you? You know, what will that all be for you? What are the money that you can break for your family? All those things are available to you. In my 42 almost years with Mary Kay, keep setting your goals. I have never missed an event, and I've always stayed very diligent to my time. Stay away from the distractions. Tomorrow, when you wake up and you have a distraction, ask yourself before you move on anything, is what I'm about to do making me money or losing me money? Okay. So think about what you're doing ahead of time. And I think that's the most important thing to do. So I hope that you all have learned something from this evening. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're super great. You guys are awesome. I am going to now stop the recording.